Hey everybody!
It is book haul time.
That's right, a humble book haul for humble times.
It's actually quite humble compared to what we used to have in our book hauls. All the books are still very exciting.
Actually, in spite of that. Few in numbers, but absolutely kind of heavy hitters. Without further ado,
with the review books.
That's right, we're gonna start with some review stuff that we got in the mail. What do you got?
Well, I actually want to give away from this author, and she sent me a copy of her book, an arc of it, and a few other things. So the book in question is Vanessa Yu's Magical Paris Tea Shop by Roselle Lim. This book is about Vanessa Yu, and she can see people's fortunes or misfortunes, as the case may be, in their tea leaves. She kind of doesn't want to have this talent anymore, and it kind of makes her rage against her life. Good timing, because her eccentric aunt comes to visit and invites her to come to Paris. And Vanessa, while she's in Paris, discovers that maybe this thing that she's so angry about and that she no longer wants in her life is just something that she might learn to embrace. So, sounds really good.
Very cool.
The package came with these really cute things that she made herself. So
oh, hey!
And there's a Madeline, which is very cute. They're so squishy. And there was also some tea in here, which is cool, and a book plate, which is pretty great. Roselle is also Filipino. She's Filipino-Chinese, which is pretty exciting for me. Yeah, so I was really excited about that. And then, thanks to the lovely folks over at Simon & Schuster, I was not expecting this in the mail at all. It's actually an ARC copy of 10 Things I Hate About Pinky by Sandhya Menon, which I've talked about before. It is the third book in the Dimple and Rishi series, and this time it centers around Pinky. She's kind of a social justice warrior, but she also kind of pushes it to the extreme because her parents are pretty conservative and she likes to push their buttons, basically. They kind of have a lot to say about her dating life, and so she and her friend Samir agree to fake date for the summer because Samir is just the type of dude that her parents would like. And we all know what fake dating leads to
trope
in contemporary romance, and I'm really looking forward to reading this one because I really enjoy the books in the series.
Things are gonna get real.
Complete change of pace. I have a book called The Puppet Master's Apprentice, which is by Lisa DeSelm. This is from Page Street Books, and this comes out in October, I want to say. So it says, pirouette later, the Puppet Master's Apprentice is given the most important and dangerous job of her life, to build a wooden assassin for the tyrant of Tavia. Basically, this is being pitched as Pinocchio meets Frankenstein, which is the weirdest combination, but also the most intriguing.
Yeah, I get it.
And I'm I'm so looking forward to reading this one. And the last book is actually a paperback copy of Ask Again Yes by Mary Beth Keane, which is funny because I actually saw this author speak earlier this year. It is basically the story of two families behind doors. A member of each family is part of the New York Police Department.
Oh dear.
It says, a lifelong friendship and love blossoms between Kate Gleason and Peter Stanhope, born 6 months apart. One shocking night, their loyalties are divided and their bond will be tested again and again over the next 30 years.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know that I'm going to be reading this anytime soon, but I am curious enough to want to read it because I've heard good things about it, so I'll read it when the time is right. This one was from Scribner, so thank you for this. So what did you get? Well, she. Because DC has been lovely to us, apparently, we got this is not an ARC, this is a finished copy, I'd like to say. I'm not sure, actually. Yeah,
right?
It looks like
this is a finished copy of Gotham High by Melissa de la Cruz. It's a story about 17-year-old Bruce Wayne. Now, caveat for all of these DC imprints, right, that are sort of like for young adults, they're definitely Elseworlds. They are reimaginings, right, to introduce classically loved characters to a completely different audience. Yes. And whilst I was looking for sort of like more of the canon sort of stories, because that's just the kind of reader that I am, that in no way eliminates any of the value of just retelling good stories with some really good characters. And this is 17-year-old Bruce Wayne who got kicked out of like boarding school. Are we surprised?
Honestly, that's in character.
That's 100% on brand. And he comes back to Gotham and look at him, just scowly, sitting down all Breakfast Club with his hair and like...
I like her like all breakfast.
And in all black, which in my head is just like, all right, Bruce, okay, sure. You know what? Yeah, sure, fine, whatever. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what kind of Batman universe this is going to be. And I'm frankly interested to find out. This is a bet I'm willing to make. Alexa's probably going to like, Alexa's been more open to liking Bruce
because I have less
ever.
Foundational history.
That's true, she does. So she absolutely loved Marie Lou's take on Bruce on baby Bruce Wayne.
My fave.
This is yet another take. So we'll see. We might even do a Bruce-a-thon.
Maybe.
Because so many, I mean, 17-year-old Bruce Wayne, who thought that was a marketable storyline. From Page Street, we've got Blaze Wrath Games. It's an arc by Amparo Ortiz. It's apparently a story set in a world where there are dragons, and there is something like a World Cup of battling relay type games where you are paired up with a dragon and you either fight and or join a relay race or something like that. I don't know. Point is, it's dragon games and it's cool. Then she gets paired off with a cursed dragon who was cursed into like human form, which to me is just like, you know what, just let me read it already. Like, let me just put this on my TBR, because I didn't know this book existed until like now, and I'm so glad that it does. So I don't even have to read the rest of it. I'm just like, just give it to me. Like, I'll do it. So thank you, Page Street.
All right, moving on, we're going to talk about the books we bought, of which there are not that many.
Not that many.
I was in the mood to buy a classic, and I really do want to collect the Penguin Drop Caps collection.
Ooh.
So I got the next letter that I was missing, and that's the letter C. This is My Antonia by Willa Cather. Do not think I will ever read it, but it is very pretty. Mostly I collect this particular collection because I like the design of it. I think it looks great. It remains to be seen if I will actually read all of the books in this particular classics edition.
23 letters to go.
So many more. We all knew that there was going to be a Shadowhunters book in this haul. Let's not kid ourselves at this point. When the paperback of the Red Scrolls of Magic came out, or when they released the cover for it, they decided to make it match the rest of the Shadowhunters books because the original cover had taken a bit of a departure from them.
That's right.
So, obviously, because I love Alec and Magnus so much, and because I loved Red Scrolls,
and it was a great book,
and because this cover is just brilliant, I picked up a paperback copy of the Red Scrolls of Magic for our collection. As you can see, they put Alec on the cover,
which is always great.
Which is awesome. And this now matches really well with the next book, which now has Magnus on the cover. Which makes me think, will the third one have them both on the cover? Or is it going to be someone completely different?
It's going to be interesting. Either way, it's part of the Eldest Curses series.
And this particular one focuses on the trip to Europe that Magnus and Alec took after the events of City of Glass and all the shenanigans that ensue while they're there.
Pretty good.
It's great. Mackie described it once as being like a buddy comedy.
It's the buddy cop romantic comedy where the buddy cops are actually together.
Romantically involved.
And it's great.
It's so great.
It's very Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but it's Mr. and Mr. Lightwood Bane. Like, that's just... It's Mrs. Lightwood Bane.
This is the House of Lightwood Bane, as you guys know, so
it's just
unsurprising that this is now in our possession.
Read it. Like, that's just, you'll just read it. On the other hand, because I'm a huge fan of Nicole Conway, who has written a lot of dragon books, and it's apparently a dragon book day for me, she released a box set of the Dragon Chronicles, all 4 books, inclusive of a never before published sort of like book 0 kind of prequel about sort of the characters in the Dragon Rider Chronicles series, which centers around a half-elf named Javid. And what's cool about this box set is that it actually has that prequel that has not been sort of published before. So you get all 4 books plus the backstory, which I think is really great because I have pretty much taken a liking to the series. You should go check her out if you like dragons, if you like half-elves who decide to make real bonds with dragons and not just sort of like break them to bridle, but actually make a real connection to them and fight great...
Sounds very arrogant.
Right? And fight great evils at the same time.
Well, we are going to have an unboxing in this video.
As the second to the last thing that we want to do today.
I was contacted by the team over at Real Bookish. They are a YA book / movie subscription box, and they basically pair an upcoming YA book with a movie, and that's how they decided to theme the box. So this box's theme is November in New York. I really like the box itself. It's pretty cool. I have no idea what the book is, honestly. I did not even open this, so I guess we're gonna find out.
Do we know what the movie is? I'm betting it's Autumn in New York, maybe? I don't know.
It's Autumn in New
York. Oh, but look at this nice little box.
Alright, this is a spoiler card. You get to hold it.
This is the spoiler card. I get to hold it, and I get to read stuff from it.
Surprisingly delicious matzo chips. This is kind of funny.
So this is a Brooklyn-based product. It makes for the perfect movie snack. I kind of want to eat it right now already.
I actually kind of want to eat it too. All right.
What else we got in there?
Ooh, there's a mug.
There is a mug. This is the You've Got Mail mug.
Oh my gosh,
this mug brings together all of the best elements of You've Got Mail. It's perfect for enjoying your very own tall decaf cappuccino.
Sorry for like all the...
Okay, first of all, I went through a massive Meg Ryan phase.
It's
culminating
so
in You've Got Mail.
Okay.
Because
it is so cute. Look
oh
at that.
my god.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, let's do this. So it has Fox and Sons books.
The Shop Around the Corner.
Brinkley, the dog.
Shop Girl, and NY152.
NY152.
All this nothing has meant more to me than so many somethings.
FOX.
The Godfather is the answer to any question.
Tall decaf cappuccino.
You are alone, Reed, standing tall, waving boldly in the corrupt sands of commerce.
I wanted it to be you so badly.
Cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love that.
We're gonna just see. Alexa and I are gonna be adults about this mug, and we will go Hunger Games for it. So May the odds be ever in our favor.
I'll give it to you if you want it.
Oh, she's so sweet.
All right, we're gonna go for the pencils next. I like that they're red.
I forget that I'm the petty
These
spite,
all
not spiteful
have
one.
movie quotes. So FOX, that's so fetch. If you're a bird, I'm a bird. I'll have what she's having, and MFEO. They're rom-com pencils. It's not a bouquet of freshly sharpened pencils, but this pencil set features quotes from iconic rom-coms, including all of Nora Ephron's classic films.
Nora Ephron.
How cool. Oh, look, it's New York page markers. How cute is that? How
Sticky page
adorable.
markers. Is that King Kong? Is that King Kong? Use the page
Yes.
markers to mark your place in this month's. Oh,
Yeah.
we're never using those.
Nope.
Those are gonna be collected. What is it?
It's a whisk.
It's a whisk.
But it has ice cream on it.
Okay,
Oh.
this is an ice cream mini whisk. Make your own custom cupcakes with this whisk. What book would you use for inspiration?
To all the boys I loved before. Oh my gosh, guys, it's so cute.
It's
like
the cutest
seriously,
thing.
this is the cutest whisk
So for those of you
ever.
guys who've been doing the Dalgona thing, you're not, I'm 100% telling you right now that maybe you're not going to get too far using this thing, or maybe you will. I don't know. Do you want a tiny like cup of Dalgona?
Let's have Mackie
Because
test that.
It's going to
Look
be
how cute though! It's a little ice cream whisk.
Yeah, I don't know that
It
I'll
says
have
Kate
enough.
Aspen is the brand.
I'm going to need a bigger balloon whisk, guys. This is not
All
gonna,
right, there's a couple of cards here. The first one says, "Don't you just love New York in the fall?" Oh, this is so pretty. I love that.
So it's a New York in the fall print. This print captures the magic of the setting of
It really does though.
You've
if
Got
you take a
Mail,
look at
New
it.
York in the fall.
Yeah. This one just says many things. It's so cute though. I'm gonna show it to you.
Ah, it's very Tom Hanks.
It is Tom Hanks.
It's a lot of Tom Hanks. My gosh, I've not seen many.
Actually, it says many. I thought it said many thanks, and then I realized it says many
T.
T.
Dot
Hanks.
Hanks. Mm,
Clever,
wow.
clever.
Okay.
So you're right. The movie they were going to suggest is You've Got Mail. The book in here is actually one I've seen other people talk about, and it's What I Like About You by Marissa Cantor. As far as I understand it, this is sort of similar to You've Got Mail in that Hallie, the main character, has an online best friend named Nash, except that Hallie isn't actually Hallie, her real name is Kels. Hallie ends up going to the same town that Nash lives in for the summer, and so she's kind of torn between whether to reveal herself or not. If you want to try a new subscription box, it's pretty cool.
I want to try this new subscription box.
It's pretty cool. I love the concept of it because you get the movie recommendation and you also get goodies inspired by the movie that is connected to the book. So it's a fresh idea. I really enjoy it. I'll link to the website down below, so definitely check that out.
Wow, that almost trumps the joy of this last thing that we wanted to show in the haul.
But not quite.
But not quite, because for those of you who've been following us for a while, I may have mentioned over time that I'm a huge fan of Clamp. Now, Clamp is a bunch of mangakas, which are basically just people who make manga. They're a group of 4 ladies who started out like well into their like early kind of young years. I think maybe even high school. I think probably college. They were a large group that sort of got narrowed down to just the 4 people, and they've been cranking out some of everyone's favorites: Cardcaptor Sakura, RG Veda, X, the entire series, all iterations, and of course Magic Knight Rayearth. Who could possibly forget that? And just recently they released a 25th anniversary edition, part 1. It's part 1 of the Magic Knight Rayearth series.
Clamp is just killing it
And
with
they're
his
just
anniversary edition.
killing it with his. So it comes in this really gorgeous slipcase. Look at that, like the gold kind of foil sort of like thing all over the place.
The symbols, the swords.
The swords, the symbols on like this part, and then the
Swords
blades
on the
at
other
the back, right?
Too good.
And if you go back to sort of like the iconography, there is Tokyo Tower right in the middle of these 3 girls, which is really where their story
Symbolic.
starts. They're 3 girls on a field trip from their different schools. They all happen to just have Tokyo Tower as their stop, and from there they are magically transported into Sephiroth because they were apparently the heralded knights who will save the land from destruction, because the pillar of Sephiroth, the princess, is in mortal danger. And it is one of the most beautiful books about friendship and love and magic.
The anime
and
is so good.
And they're actual fighters. Hikaru is who wields the power of fire, is actually sort of somebody who does practice kendo. Umi, who is a fencer, has a rapier, and Fu is actually into archery.
Yes.
So those are their weapons in that other world. So they're not just girls who are just going through life. They're actually powerful, strong, amazing sort of like young women, and their story arcs are just great. What's awesome is not only do you get that awesome slipcase, but you get obviously part 1 in Hikaru's theme. You've got Hikaru in the front, and then you've got Rayearth at the back. Spoilers. You've got Umi at the front, and you have Ceres right at the back as well, which
Also
is kind of really
spoilers.
cool.
I love Umi's cover though.
And then you've got Fu, and you've got Wyndham at the back. Which
also, I want to say all of this is printed directly onto the book,
onto the book,
great.
which is wonderful.
I prefer that. I think it's awesome.
And then it comes with a gorgeous, 25th anniversary illustration collection. So it's an art book. And I love this because I just recently produced an art book with my brother, and I'm like, look, this is the future for us. We're gonna have this someday, 25 years from now. And it's just gorgeous, all of it. It's just magnificent.
It really is.
And it reads from right to left as manga does.
Yes.
Yeah, because you start on the right and you keep moving left. And it's just this gorgeous
It's gonna look so great next to our card captor Sakura ones.
And so, kudos to Clamp. You have been my dream and inspiration for pretty much most of my, like half of my life probably, since I started watching Card Captor and Rare. And it is lovely to somehow, some way join your ranks in one way, form, or fashion. Just plant our little flag and say, we're doing the same thing too. And we're such huge fans. And this slipcase is just gorgeous.
So good. I can't wait for
Love
part 2. With that, we have reached the end of this book haul. We hope you enjoyed it. If you're excited about any of the titles, definitely let us know.
Holler at us.
If you've read them, let us know as well. We'd love to hear that. And we'd like to know what you guys have been picking up lately. Is there anything good that we've been missing out on? You gotta let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
We hope you guys are well, and we will see you guys with a new video soon. Bye!